everyone. I'm Jay Kesan. I'm a professor at the College of Law and the College of Engineering at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And cybersecurity is an area of research for me. And the focus of my talk today is the need for public-private partnerships for developing the cyber insurance market. The government has traditionally taken a sort of hands-off approach when it comes to internet regulation, or light touch regulation, if you will. However, cybersecurity is an area where this traditional approach, which was seen as fostering innovation, needs to be adjusted. We are all aware of the black energy malware crisis that resulted in the power outage in Ukraine. There is increasing reports of vulnerabilities in our industrial control systems, and cybersecurity is an area where the government is interested in doing more for the benefit of the United States and its citizens and to promote national security. But private and public-private partnerships is a promising approach in this regard. However, take the example of the Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act that promoted public-private partnerships in the context of information sharing between the private sector and the public sector. That law that was passed last year has come under a lot of criticism as privacy advocates and civil liberties promoters are wary of things like CISA. This is where cybersecurity could be an example of where we could develop a new way of engineering public-private partnerships. Consider the case of the cyber insurance industry. The cyber insurance industry is a fledgling market. We are seeing insurance being provided for data breaches, for business interruptions, when various kinds of e-commerce merchants or people in the financial sector or the health sector are hacked, and the losses are being covered by insurance companies. However, the insurance policies are small and the levels of unprotected and uncovered losses are high. And so this is a fledgling industry that is suffering from how to measure risk and how to manage risk and how to understand the financial implications of cyber losses. That is where the public-private partnership really can make a difference. What we need is a way for the insured to share information about cyber incidents, to share data related to the cyber incidents. And we want the insurers also to come in and provide guidelines on the kind of data that could be a part of a repository that could be created through a public-private alliance. And the government could play a facilitating role here. Of course, the insured companies are hesitant about sharing data. They're hesitant about the liabilities that might accrue when information becomes public, and perhaps initially there may only be aggregate data that may be shared. Nevertheless, a cyber incident data and analysis repository, which is and CDAR is the acronym for this, is a perfect example of a public-private partnership that could jumpstart the cyber insurance market and the cyber insurance industry in a very significant way. Of course, the public sector involvement here needs to be defined. The legal frameworks under which this sort of information is collected needs to be developed. The IT solution to engineer this needs to be well thought out. But nevertheless, in order to facilitate the growth of the cyber insurance industry, this kind of information sharing about data breaches, about cyber incidents, can go a long way to helping us get a better handle on what are the vulnerabilities in the various systems and software and virtual machines that we use, and what are the risks associated with those vulnerabilities, and what are the kinds of losses that might accrue when these vulnerabilities are exploited. And that will ultimately allow us to measure the risk and price the risk and allow us to create a really socially beneficial cyber insurance market. There are other things that a public-private partnership could do here as well, such as currently we have data breach laws in 47 states. They're all substantially different from each other, and that creates a lot of friction in laws and regulations that makes it hard for the cyber insurance industry to understand the notification requirements and to understand the potential liabilities that their insured might face. And there is a need for a federal data breach law. And so there are other things also that are possible. But within the rubric of a public-private partnership, cybersecurity and cyber insurance could flourish with a properly defined P3, a public-private partnership.